This is part one of my interview with Miao Wang, the director of the film Beijing Taxi. Beijing Taxi is a documentary about the changing world of Beijing during the 2008 Summer Olympics, told through the eyes of taxi drivers. Tell us a little bit about the film and what it's about.
Beijing Taxi is a film about a lyrical journey into China in transition, and it's told through the lives of three taxi drivers. So it's a very intimate look into the Beijing on the ground.
And what exactly is happening in Beijing that inspired you to make this film?
Well, I started the film about 3 years before the Olympics. So I really wanted to capture all the very rapid transitions happening right before the Olympics because everything was accelerated.
So yeah, it's accelerated. I mean, there was already, I'm assuming, a transformation.
It was already
going on.
changing it was already changing a lot because I left China. I grew up in Beijing, but I left in 1990, and from after 1990 for about 15 years, I went back 3 times, and each time it's just drastically changed.
Are we talking good changes or bad changes? What's changing there?
I think in every way. I mean, there's good and bad. I think always. So. In every way, of course, people's lives have changed some ways for the better because they do have much more material goods, and it was very poor when I was growing up. And now they have always enough to eat, and really the basic necessities are met now. But then on the other hand, the pace of life is much faster. So just it's changing people's mentalities and relationships.
And so what was it about the taxi drivers? I know you said ordinary people, but why not police officers or school teachers? What was it about the taxi drivers that made you want to choose them as the subject of the film?
Well, taxi drivers, they're always moving around. I really wanted to capture Beijing. The original concept of the film is really also about capturing Beijing, the city life in Beijing. So taxi is a device that really takes you through the city, and you get to see visually so much of the city. So that was one of the main reasons as well. And taxi drivers are also the only people that really get to meet people from every walk of life. And they listen to a lot of radio. They're always in the car listening to radio. And so they are exposed to a lot of different...
You get that perfect cross-section of humanity right there in Beijing.
Exactly.